It's quite coincidental that I was going to narrate exactly this incident. I said because it's such a popular film, everybody will recall it. And at that point, there were cuts of violence and things like that as well. And then came this final point that you just mentioned. And this is exactly what I said to them. Please don't make me do this. 1,000 times already on cinema, the same scene has taken place where you're about to shoot the bad guy and the police walk in and say, please don't do this. The whole film has been made in such a different texture. You're making me bring the film down to just one of those other films. It's not fair. Don't do this to me. But it was the emergency. You could not go to court. You could not do anything. I had to accept it if I wanted to release the film. I remember Mr. Sanjeev Kumar was in Tashkent for the film festival. He flew down specially. We had to reshoot for 2 days in order to change the ending. And as he again correctly pointed out to Tupanna, thank you, that my whole intent was that after he actually commits the crime or his vengeance, act of vengeance, he feels that he has not achieved anything. What was the point of this violence? But it was so much inside him that he needed to do it. And then it changed the last scene at the train station as well, in the goodbye scene, which was a very tender moment, and he said part of these lines over there. So it was very, very upsetting. Having said all this, I'd like to bring to the kind attention of this very lovely lady who's now going to take over, that you are inheriting a legacy of a lot of heartburns from the film industry. There are, no doubt, there is something to be said for the other side, that sometimes makers have gone and crossed lines, but most responsible makers have not done that. They have always seen to it that it's a film, as Yashji said, if I can see it and my family can see it, why can't anybody else see it? It has to be okay. How can anybody else tell me whether it's okay or not? It's a very important thing. We take a lot of trouble. We have tremendous work done by a whole team of researchers, a whole team of people advising, giving bits and pieces, whether it's technical or it's information or it's on the emotional side. Everything is given to us so that we present a good product. Along with the right emotions, it carries through, and as also pointed out, within that are also messages of friendship, love, sacrifice. All those come in very, very strongly in most of the good films. They are there. It's the small films that don't work, and if there has been a point or two which was not right, not many people see it anyway. And then today we are saying that this is a country, we have the youngest population in the world. 25 is supposed to be the average age of this country. And the real audience that goes to see cinema is of that age. And yet, it is viewed from a 50-year-old person's point of view. Definitely nothing less than that. They claim that they are watching it from a youngster's point of view as well. But no, they are saying, you youngster cannot see it. Why? It's a free country. Why do we claim to be a free country? And we are always dubbed irresponsible. And what is happening of late, as others have also pointed out, that's why I'll feel very repetitive, but it's a very strong thing in my heart, I have to say it. Even before the film gets released, having taken a certificate, happened recently with my film, having taken the certificate from the censor office, the certification office, I'm told people are already creating a whole situation about this. I got a call from Pankaja, please there's a lot of talk about this line. Honestly, at that time I said, no, we've already got it censored, why do we have to do it? But I said, okay, if there's such an uproar, we changed the line, said forget it, let's not, I don't embarrass the certification office for this. There was a message from the ministry also. Anyway, we did it. Next, some people went to court to say that this film should not be shown. We fought the court, we won the case. Then the Chief Minister of Goa says, I want you to show the film to an eight-member committee and let them decide whether what should be kept or not kept. Now there's 2 days left to the release of the film, and I rang him up, Maheshji also called him. He finally understood what I was trying to tell him, that even if I want to make a change for you, I will not be able to do it, all the prints have gone. But is it correct that you tell me 2 days before the release, when I have a certificate for 1 month now, that I should make changes in the film? How do I deal with the situation? After the film was released, somebody from his office calls me and says if Goa had spent 100 crores of rupees, they would not have got better publicity. So who are these people who are trying to stop the film even before it's released? With what authority? Of course, this is not the problem of the Censor Board. They get embarrassed by these things. But it is the government, as very correctly pointed out by Shavanaji. The governments must see to it that once a certificate is given, nobody has the right to stop that film. I hope that message gets very clear today.